How's it going, everybody? Moonsong here. Yow! So today what we're going to be doing is we're going to be talking about what is going to be happening with the up and coming meta. Over here we right now in South Africa, in Cape Town, we have a regionals coming up, which is in about 3 weeks. It's at the end of March sometime. So we are worried about what's going to happen then, because the ban list doesn't come out until no sooner than April. Or was it April? Yes, I think it was April. And that's going to be quite an interesting change, and honestly I don't know what's going to get hit, because it's so nice to finally not be in a tier 0 format, and all these decks are coming up. Like, as we saw, the World Chalice won the most recent YCS, which was, nobody saw that coming. I mean, World Chalice, as we know, struggles against a lot of hand traps, and it's hard to out a lot of boards. But now we expected Pendulum Magicians to be in the top, and even in the top 4 there was only one Pendulum Magician. So that's quite an interesting change in the format that we have already noticed. Even though Pendulum Magician is the most consistent deck, they're not always the deck that's going to top, because people are now more open to playing a whole bunch of other decks, which I think is really, really fun and makes for a really beautiful, entertaining format. The one thing I don't like about it is it makes side decking very difficult, but I guess it's kind of challenging as well, because you kind of have to test your skills against everything, and it makes it difficult because you don't actually know what to prepare for. And I know mostly you're going to be preparing for Pendulum Magicians, but then you got to watch out for a whole other array of decks like True Draco, Invoked, World Chalice, as you saw, the Zephyr, the Yangzing, that is doing really well at the moment as well. That's like starting to come back. And then we also have Metal Foe variants and a whole bunch of stuff like that. So I think it's really becoming a very interesting format to be in. Now, with this upcoming YCS tournament for you South African players, there's a couple of decks you should consider that are going to be just under there, and I'm just going to give a few of them to you. The first one I want to go with is Pendulum Magicians, because obviously you're going to see Pendulum Magicians all the time over there. That's obviously, people are saying it's the best deck right now, but the only thing is, with the Pendulum Magician first turn board, at the worst, the only thing is that it's very consistent, and you're able to get 2 negates. And that's the thing, is that they only actually have 2 negates on their board, and everyone's worried about, oh no, it's such a big board. But it's actually, Pendulum Magicians aren't as strong as everyone says they are. They are just super consistent. So it is, you can out a Pendulum Magician board if you really have the right cards to do it. But the only problem is that it's consistent, and that's why it's a good deck, because usually consistency is the epitome of a strong deck. The more consistent is, I mean, we saw what happened with Spirals, how they could go nuts, and then we saw what happened with Zodiacs. Zodiacs was an insane format, and that format lasted a really, really long time. Even into Link, Zodiacs just kept on going. And then another deck you should watch out for is True Draco. I think Masterpiece is still really, really strong. So that should be something you should be looking out for, because people still have their old True Draco decks, and I haven't really seen anyone selling them. So probably watch out for True Draco. Another one would be Paleozoic. I think there will be very few players with Paleozoic, because it's not like the big thing that everyone wants to play. But it will be the anti-meta of everything, I would say, because it is set 5 pass, which is even scary, even if you're going second, which is quite a problem at times. And even their monsters that are unaffected by card effects and Totally Awesome being a really good card is really, really good. The deck I have most trouble facing, and it's become like this in a lot of instances, and even with the decks, whatever deck I play, I always seem to have trouble against these, are any Lightsworn Shiranui variants and Infernoids, and usually between 40 and 60 cards, either of them work out, and they are really, really good. They are, I mean, they usually try bait you out till they get to their grass, and then they just go completely nuts. And I think that's why it's a really good deck at the moment. I saw someone, interestingly, I was playing in the Yugi tournament, because yes, I'm in that. It's really cool. I'm really excited. I'm having so much fun in the tournament. Thank you, Yugi. Shout out to you guys. I just want to give a shout out to Benji. He was a really good, he was really helpful with some deck ideas. He was a really great opponent. And there was a deck that he was playing. It was called Cyframe Shiranui, and it was a 60 card deck, and it was actually, he won, and he's given a real, he's won all 5 of his games so far in the tournament, and we're on round 5 right now. So it's become I mean, Cyframe's coming back. That means, like, things are changing, you know. I mean, this new format, you could play whatever you want. It's just about being the most creative and having the most techie stuff and having the best side deck. You know, this is a time where side deck becomes important, because not only do you have to side deck for a specific type of deck, but you have to find out how to side deck in such a way that the cards that you play in the side deck are quite interchangeable between other decks that you face. So you always have some sort of side for everything, at least 3 to 5 sides for each deck. So this is really, those 60 card variants is something that you should really watch out for. I know we got Chaos Hunter now, that thing's become a big whoop, you know, everyone's like raving about that, which is pretty good. And then we've got, Ash Blossom is the big hand trap. But yeah, you know, you can Ash is still a once per turn effect, and they're probably gonna bait it out before then. So you get Ashes flying around here and there. But honestly, right now, I think when it comes to hand traps, Ash isn't really the strongest hand trap of all of them. I mean, it does good against a lot of the decks that are lower tier, because usually they need like their most important search, and it's quite vulnerable, and if you Ash that, it's quite a problem. But other than that, I think honestly Ghost Ogre right now is quite a problem hand trap, and it wrecks quite a couple of decks. I mean, it's usually the best option against Penny the Magician, because they don't search that much anymore. If you think about it, they mostly get stuff to their extra deck, and they mostly get stuff straight from their deck to their scales, so it doesn't really affect them as much. I mean, yeah, you could probably Ash the what's it, the Electromite, and you can also Ash the, I can't remember the name of that card now, but anyway, the one that summons a thing from the deck. I'm sorry guys, I don't play Penny the Magicians, I play against them, I don't play them. But yeah, Harmonizing Magician, that's it. You could Ash the Harmonizing Magician, but other than that, you don't really want to Ash all of them. And with Maxi being out the picture, Maxi being out the picture, you know, that creates quite a leeway for the combo decks that are making its way out into the thing, like the World Chalice. I mean, they topped. I mean, I feel like the Maxi being banned helped them top, because if someone hit us with a Maxi, we would be dead. And I say we because I do have a World Chalice deck there. And then there was something interesting I saw. I actually saw a Mermail player make it. I think he made it today too, I'm not sure, but that was really cool. I'm really excited, so maybe it's time to bring back the Mermails, you know. But they've always been a deck that's been really good and can always play in any sort of format, because they've always been quite an OTK deck and can protect a lot of their effects, and they have a lot of floating effects, so they've always been a really good deck that's always been like just there. And yeah, and now with the new Flames of Destruction out, I'm gonna release a new video to you soon of my predictions of what I think is gonna happen after Flames of Destruction. That's gonna be quite interesting. So I'll release that to you in a couple of weeks or days, hopefully, because it should be out the beginning of April, is it? I think for TCG, not exactly sure. But yeah, for our regionals that's coming up, we are getting the Extreme Forces Special Edition. Now that we know the 2 cards that everyone's going to be looking for in there, it's going to be the Gamma, the Cyframe Gear Gamma, which is, as we know, one of the best hand traps, but it can be Ash, of course. But it's still really, really, really good. And then we have the Designator from a Grave, which is just chaos against all hand traps. It makes hand traps a lot weaker, so everyone's going to be trying to get their hands on this. And yeah, I feel like you gotta watch out for the buyouts. So, well, it will be, might be a common in the Flames of Destruction, but yeah, we'll see what happens about that. But thank you for watching this video. I know I just went on rambling about a whole bunch of stuff and talked about a couple of decks, but I just felt like I wanted to give you like my personal opinion about what I feel is happening at the moment. I'm looking forward to the regionals that's coming up. If you have any ideas for what you think is going to happen in the next few weeks, because we have had a very unpredictable sort of, it's like we lost in the clouds right now as Yu-Gi-Oh players. I think we're not used to this kind of format, especially me, because I've been playing for 2 years, and every time I play, there's always just been this like top deck and the meta deck and deck that's always topping, which is, it's quite weird for me not having that. So yeah, we'll see what's gonna happen. Thank you guys for watching this video. Please like and subscribe, and leave a comment about how your last regionals was like, or what you think is gonna happen in your regionals. What do you think we'll see a lot of play with? Oh my god, this Sorry about that. What do you think we'll see a lot of play with, and what do you think will be really good in this up and coming format? Also, leave a subscribe, please. If I didn't say that, I think I said that. But subscribe and leave a like, leave a notifications button on, so you can actually see when my videos come up. I know I post weekly, and then I'm gonna start getting into more daily things when I'm able to get more of a routine going. Thank you for watching this video. Hope you guys have a great one. Cheers.